Hello everyone and welcome back to Arsenal, and getting straight into it, we've made a signing. So last time out we finished just before the transfer deadline, and we actually made a deadline day signing, and the person we signed was this guy, Giorgio Scalvini. He is a wonder kid centre-back pretty much, but more importantly he can also play in a defensive midfielder role, which is probably where I'm going to try and train him, because I think he's probably more useful for us there, given that, like I was saying before, the only guys we have in DM really are Xhaka and Partey, and both of them we're probably going to be looking to get rid of relatively soon. I'll probably hold on to Partey for a bit longer, but Xhaka definitely is getting on a bit, and we have actually had to make a promise that we will sell him if we get a bid of 33 million in, so if that happens, we'll have to get rid of him anyway. Managed to get him for 39.5 million, and he's already worth 84 to 102 million. And yeah, he's only 19 and he's got 5-star potential. I think even the media do actually say that he is a wonder kid. Yeah, he's media description of wonder kid, so should be a pretty decent signing. In terms of how the matches have gone, last time out you would have seen us play United, where we beat them 4-2. And then Lincoln, where we beat them 3-0. We've only done 4 matches since then. 3 of them went well. Nottingham Forest, Palace and Bournemouth. But we did lose to Southampton 3-2, which is not good. Because, I mean, they are up in 8th, to be fair, so they are playing relatively well. But it does mean that now we have played 26 games, 62 points. But City have only played 25 and 59 points. So if they win, then we'll be tied on points. So these this next game, at least, is incredibly important. And we played Chelsea. We played Chelsea at home, to be honest. And the last 2 times we played Chelsea, we won. They were our first game in the Premier League, actually, and we beat them 5-0. And then in the Carabao Cup, we beat them 4-1. Admittedly, in the Carabao Cup, they did field a team that probably wasn't their best, so can't really read into that too much, but we did beat them 5-0 away in our first game, so we should hopefully be able to beat them again this time. And then after that, we've got Bristol City in the FA Cup 5th round, so we should definitely be able to beat them. Also, in the UEFA Europa League, we had the round of 16 draw, and we have been drawn with Sevilla. So again, we should probably be able to beat them. Shouldn't be an issue. However, in real life, Arsenal are currently playing PSV and losing 2-0. So, in real life, we probably could be doing a bit better. Gonna stick with a normal 4-2-3-1, DM, Gegenpress, stick it on balance for now. We've got Jesus, Martinelli, Odegaard, Saka, Partey, Lokonga, and then everyone else is normal apart from Aaron's in right back. Odegaard has got a free kick, and he's not able to convert it into a goal this time, but we have seen previously Odegaard is just crazy at free kicks. Does mean that we do have a corner though. Can anyone get their head to it? Doesn't look like it. Sammy Lokonga picks it back up, but Chelsea are able to get the ball back, and that is the end of that highlight. 15 minutes in, Chelsea haven't been able to register a shot yet. We've had 3, 1 on target. Oh, there we go. They finally had 1. Lokonga has got himself a yellow card, so we'll have to keep an eye out on that. And looks like it's a highlight for them. Sterling's on the ball, sends it to Gallagher in the box. Havertz gets a head on it, but he's not able to turn it into a goal. The highlight hasn't ended with Ramsdale keeping it in his arms, sends it down the field onto trying to get onto Jesus. Doesn't work, but we've got the ball back. Saka onto Jesus. Can he put it in the net from here? He does, and that is 1-0 for us. 26 minutes in. Notice Chelsea are running a 4-3-3 now. When we had played them before, I think they were running a different formation. Obviously, they've got a new manager. The manager that we played before was Potter, but they've got Luis Enrique, I think, as their manager now. So that's probably why they're a little bit different in terms of tactics. Another highlight here, Chelsea were on the ball initially, but we've managed to get it back. White to Lokonga, gets tackled onto Mason Mount, through ball onto Havertz, and that's 1-1. That was a goal that we really shouldn't have conceded. See here, Lokonga gets tackled, and then Havertz onto Mount, and then our 2 defenders here, Gabriel and White, just, I don't know what they're doing. They're just sleeping. They should have been able to intercept that. I think, I don't know. I think we can afford to go positive, but the way Chelsea are playing at the moment, I'm not so sure. Gallagher onto Havertz. onto Kante, over the top onto Mount, and he... Oh, my God, I thought he was going to convert that into a goal there, but he doesn't. We've got the ball back, Martinelli straight on it, but that is the end of that highlight. We could probably, not attacking, afford to go positive. We're getting a lot of yellow cards here, Lukonga, Tierney and Partey, but I suppose they've had 4 as well. 65 minutes in, let's think about doing some subs. Odegaard is not having a good game today, only a 6.6 rating, so we'll swap him out for Smith Rowe. Lukonga's having a terrible game as well, so we could put Scalvini on there, give him a game, and then Gabriel's having a terrible game at centre-back, so we'll chuck on Saliba. Tierney's awful as well, they're all playing bad. Tomiyasu can apparently play left wing-back, so we'll put him on, and then that leaves 1 sub to be able to use if we have an injury later on. I like to always make sure we've got at least 1 available. But 72 minutes in, and we don't seem to be getting anywhere. We've got a highlight, 87 minutes in. Aarons gives it to Saka, sends it up the pitch all the way onto Jesus. He's able to run past the defenders. Can he put it in? He does, and that is 2-1, 87 minutes in. Now, we've just got to protect it. We cannot concede in these last 3 minutes, and then whatever extra time is going to be. We're going to put time wasting on sometimes slightly higher. I'm not going to drop the lines, because apparently that's a terrible idea. But we'll put time wasting on, put it on balanced, and then just put the tempo at standard. And let's see, change the pressing a little bit, and then make a sub of someone, I don't know, Saka. Oh, never mind. Didn't need to, because the game ended. So that is 2-1. We have won our game against Chelsea. That is crucial for our potential title chances. City did win their game against Wolves, so... they are still within the 3 points of us with a game in hand. United as well been playing pretty well. 26 games, 57 points, but still not quite as near to us. And I think last time I showed you that Tottenham had sacked their manager, but they hadn't actually brought a new one in. Well, they have now, and it's Thomas Tuchel. He's back. He has come back after his little time off after being sacked by Chelsea and decided to just take control of one of their London rivals in Tottenham. So I think the Chelsea fans are probably not going to be particularly happy with that. And in our next Premier League game, we are not going to be able to play either Tierney or Lukonga because they've both picked up too many yellow cards. So they've now got basically a red card for the next game. Another thing as well, obviously, it is quite a while until our next transfer window, but this is the sort of time we want to be spending scouting people. So this is our squad planner. This is our main squad. So at the moment, I think we're definitely okay up front. We've got Odegaard, Martinelli, Almada, Vieira, Smith Rowe, Saka. We've got everyone. Defensive midfield, obviously, we're probably going to try and keep Partey. Xhaka will probably leave. We have got Zinchenko and Scalvini as well. So I don't think there's anywhere we particularly desperately need somewhere. But what I basically want to know is if you know anywhere or anyone you think we should probably start scouting. Bear in mind, we're only going to have probably like 28, 29 million transfer budget, so we can't go spending crazy amounts of money. But yeah, if there's anyone you think I should start scouting, please let me know down in the comments. And Man U have won the Carabao Cup. Unfortunately, we weren't able to go too far in the Carabao Cup because we lost to Wolves in the end. Another thing I noticed as well is that Jesus is actually the top goal scorer in the Premier League. Somehow he's beating Haaland, who's only had 27 goals and an average rating of 7.73. But Jesus had an average rating of 7.75. So I think Man City will be kicking themselves selling Jesus to us because clearly he's better than Haaland. Our chief scout has come back with a top target recommendation of a 23-year-old centre-back from Inter. Called Alessandro Bastoni. I mean, he does look absolutely fantastic, but he's pretty expensive. 48.5 to 72 million. We'll approach the agent, see, we're looking at a few players. Inter would want between 49 to 72 million, and want a wage between 130 to 180k, and add a minimum release clause. Interesting. I don't know about the release clause, to be honest. Very expensive, and at the moment we can't afford him. So we'll look at him again when it comes to the summer transfer window. Right, it's time for our game against Bristol City. We are going to rotate the squad a little bit. This is what the assistant manager suggested, but this is like a full squad. So Jesus, we'll put We really do need, if that's anyone you know of, we need some sort of backup striker, because we got rid of Nketiah, and obviously Martinelli can play there, but it means that we can't really ever give Martinelli a game off. We can put Vieira there. Odegaard, I think, should... actually, no, we can play Almada there. Keep Saka on. Partey and El Neni should be fine to play. Gabriel Scalvini. We could give Turner a game, maybe, but I think just to be on the safe side, we'll keep Ramsdale on. Zinchenko left back, Tomiyasu right back. I think that is decently rotated. Already we've got a highlight. Pretty much passing it around our back line. You can see just how high up our back line is. We're almost at the halfway point there. Vieira on the wing gets tackled. Bristol City are now on the ball. They do a long ball over, but we're able to recover it. Just about. Gabriel back on it. Sends it back to the keeper because we're under a little bit of pressure from the attackers of Bristol at the moment. El Neni onto Saka. Over the top to Martinelli, but he's not able to get onto it. Falls back to Thomas anyway. Onto Martinelli. Onto Vieira. Can he put it in the net? Yes, he can. And that is us 1-0 up, but they are checking it on VAR. Defenders are appealing for offside. Didn't look offside to me, but we will see. It was, apparently. Goal disallowed. Not 1-0 up then. I mean, we're only 2 minutes in, so we've got plenty of time. Oh, okay, he was miles offside. I just didn't spot that. Ramsdale hugs the ball tightly, sends it out to Scalvini, doing our play-out defence tactic that we do love from this team. Thomas over to Zinchenko. Is he going to send it up the wing? I need to sort out this camera angle. The problem is you can't see over there, so I can't see if there's anyone up there. It's currently on director. I mean, if we put it to, I don't know, like TV and just zoom it in a bit, that might be a bit better. I don't know. Don't know what sort of... Let me know what sort of thing you'd like to see. Do you prefer it like this, where you're able to see a bit more of the pitch, or would you prefer it more in director, where it's zoomed in a bit more? Just for this match, I'm going to put it on TV anyway. On to seemingly nobody. Corners, they're just not working. I need to have a look at the set piece. I mean, I hate the set piece creator, though. It's awful. I know there's one thing everyone was wanting to upgrade with this, but I absolutely detest it. And Almada just has a horrible shot there. He should have put that in the net, but I mean, Almada's not a striker, is he? So we can't complain too much. We're getting the chances, but we're just not converting them into goals at the moment. It's going to be half time, 0-0. Not good enough at the moment. I'm going to start the second half. If you have a look, we've had 12 shots, 3 on target, but just nothing has gone in. I don't want to move up to attacking, though, because these lower league teams do love to hit you on the counter. And when you go to attacking, there's like just nobody in defence, so we can't really afford to do that. Nice long ball over to Vieira, but he gets dispossessed. Comes back to us anyway. Gabriel on to Thomas. Can we get it up the pitch? That is the idea. We don't want to keep passing it round the back. Thomas, long ball again, but to nobody. We keep doing these long balls, but they're just not going to anyone. Once again, Martinelli's not having a good game in strike. So, yeah, we that is where we're going to have to upgrade when we come into the summer transfer window. We're going to have to get a backup striker. Nketiah was a decent backup striker, but we couldn't really refuse 35 million when Man United came knocking. We might have a chance here, though. Into the box. Martinelli gets a head on it, but again, isn't able to get it in the net. Might have to think about bringing Jesus on here, just to see if he's able to bring the quality finishing that we need, as we're actually under pressure from Bristol City here. Their guy puts it in the middle, but he's just not looking. He was just looking towards the keeper. Ends up coming off of his boot. Almada's got it now. Anyone you can pick out? Tomiyasu, El Neni. And just, again, another pass that goes nowhere. Going to have to turn off pass into space, I think, because they're just not connecting the passes here. I think it is time to bring on Jesus and maybe Odegaard in placement of Almada, but Martinelli almost puts in the net, ends up coming off of one of their players and almost rebounding into their goal. But unfortunately for us, it didn't. But yes, I'm going to put on Jesus and then swap out Almada for Odegaard. Saka's not been playing amazingly either, so I think we can put on Smith Rowe. Vieira, can he play on the right? Or does he only play on... Oh, he actually prefers to play on the right. That's good, because then we can swap them around, because Smith Rowe prefers to play on the left. Get a few fresh legs out there, see if it can make the difference in this game. 56 minutes in, we do have enough time to be able to get a goal or two. Tomiyasu onto Saka. Floats it into Martinelli, who gets a head onto it and actually goes in the goal. But they are going to be checking that for offside again. VAR is checking it, and yeah, I didn't think it was offside this time. Goal awarded, 1-0 up, and immediately after Martinelli scores, we end up taking him off. But yeah, I don't know, that was a weird goal. It didn't seem like it sort of was hit with any sort of power. It just, I don't know, the keeper just didn't even realise it was there, I think. But nonetheless, doesn't matter, because it means we are now 1-0 up. Now, we do have to be careful of the counter-attack, like I was saying before, especially in this new Football Manager. These lower league teams somehow are able to make counter-attack work against bigger teams like us. So we always have to be wary of it. I mean, when we've got this much space behind our defence, I suppose there is no wonder that they are able to hit us on the counter. Feels like they're doing a bit of time-wasting tactics here. I'm not sure why they would be doing that, but Ødegaard, I think, puts it through to Jesus. And that's 2-0 up. I think at this point, we can afford to drop the line to standard. Only to standard, you know. I'm not gonna go crazy, not going to lower the line or anything, just standard. With a high press, probably, just to be able to make sure they can't put any really long balls over our defence. Jesus onto Fabio Vieira, and very lovely counter-attack here, and that's 3-0. 9th goal of the season for Vieira. He's not been playing too badly for us, to be honest. Pretty decent signing. Obviously not a signing we did, but pretty decent signing nonetheless. Swap out Tomiyasu for... Oh, never mind. We've got an injured player. Good thing I didn't swap out Tomiyasu, because we're going to need to use this sub. Potential foot injury. What is it with injuries in this game? Honestly, I don't know if it's a bug or if it's just how they've coded the game now, but the amount of injuries, especially like long-term foot injuries that you get now, it's just crazy. But we should be able to see this game out. We do actually have a final last-minute highlight here that involves them being on the ball. Tomiyasu manages to get the ball onto Ødegaard, tries to do the long ball to Jesus. He does actually manage to pick it up, and a nice clean tackle there. Not sure what's happening in this highlight yet. You've got Sykes on the wing, floats it in, and we may have just given away a penalty on the very last minute. Not the first time as well. We ended up losing a game because we gave away a penalty in the very last minute, but at least, even if they score this, it'll only be 3-1. Does mean we would have conceded in every single game in our past, 5 or so games. So, Ramsdale's clean sheets that he absolutely loves. He's not going to have many of them. I don't know if any of you have watched... who actually saves it. Never mind, he's going to get a clean sheet. Anyway, I was going to say, I don't know if any of you watched Arsenal All or Nothing, but it seems like Ramsdale, if he doesn't get a clean sheet, even if the team have won 5-1, he sees it as a loss, because he absolutely loves his clean sheets. But it looks like he's going to get one for himself today, and that is a lovely 3-0 win against Bristol City. Xhaka is injured for 3 to 4 weeks, so he's going to miss a fair few games. How long is 3 weeks? We're on 2nd of March now. We got a bit of a gap in April, the end of March, so it's not too bad. He's just going to miss out on our Europa League round of 16 matches against Sevilla, and then a couple of Premier League matches as well as probably the FA Cup quarter-final. Not sure who we're going to end up playing there. Who has played? We beat Bristol 3-0. Norwich have kicked out Chelsea from the FA Cup. That is very helpful for us, because at least we don't have to play Chelsea for what would have been a 4th time this season. I wouldn't be surprised if Enrique manages to get sacked. He's only been in the job 39 days, but he's played 3 games. No, he hasn't. He's played... Where does it say? I'm going to have to add it up. 3, 4, 5... He's played 8 games, and he's lost 4 of them. So, yeah. A 37% win percentage at the moment. He may find himself in the sack somewhat soon. Crystal Palace are through, Southampton are through, Newcastle, Leeds, Man City obviously. So the 2 teams that could be an issue if we come across them, a City or Everton. And we've only got 2 days until we play Leicester, so we are going to have quite a few tired legs in that game there. And bored delighted with Club Vision progress because we had to reach the latter stages of an FA Cup, and apparently by getting to the quarterfinal, we've passed it. But with that, that marks the end of this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that fantastic stuff. I'll go away, do a few games, and then maybe come back for the quarterfinal, depending on who we get drawn against. If it's someone like Man City, then we probably will. Otherwise, we might come back around the sort of Wolves-Man City time here. In the end of April, just get a few games through, see where we are in the league. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you next time.